He brought me flowers. I haven't seen him or spoken to him in months, and he brought me flowers. I own a flower shop, and he still insists on bringing me flowers. That's how it all began. He used to show up at my doorstep and bring me huge bouquets of flowers. Here, these are for you. In my entire life, no one had paid so much attention to me. But for that attention, there was a price to be paid, a price that I noticed only many years later. It started with my clothing. This was quite a few years ago, and he used to look at me and say, "Why is your skirt so short? And your shirt? Does the entire world need to see your belly button?" That was the way that I liked to dress. And it didn't seem like such a big deal to dress a little bit differently. He then used to look at me and he would say, "You're so beautiful. You don't need makeup." And I stopped with the makeup. And in the course of a few short months, my life took a turn from the direction that they were going in. I stopped working at this part-time job that I had. I stopped hanging out with my girlfriends. And I stopped dancing in this Israeli dance group that I was a part of so that I could be with him. Now, he didn't make me do these things. He didn't yell at me. He convinced me. And it was so wonderful to let somebody make decisions for me that I didn't notice that slowly he was taking over my life. But I was in love. I was blinded by love. Love. Isn't love amazing? My parents didn't really like him, but to me, he was Prince Charming. He was tall, dark, handsome, a law student. I mean, this was every Jewish mother's wet dream, and everything I could possibly wish for. I mean, this guy was amazing. Even though I had reservations, there were these little red lights that had gone off and on that I decided to ignore. Like one time, I fell asleep at my sister's house and got to his house about an hour after we had made up. When I walked in the door, he was furious. "What is your problem? I have been sitting here and waiting for you, you stupid fat cow!" I thought that was a little bit out of hand. I mean, I was just 1 hour late. But you know something? He didn't yell at me for no reason. He yelled because he was waiting for me. And I have to say that there was something a little bit flattering about the fact that someone would get so angry because I was late. There was another time where we were stuck in a traffic jam. And suddenly he turned his head to me and he said, "We're stuck here in this traffic jam because of you, just because of you." "Because of me? What did I do?" "Shut up!" There was nothing flattering about that. That's ridiculous. I'm sitting in the car just like him. I mean, no. So he yelled a little bit. What's the big deal? I mean, this is the man that I am going to marry. And I wanted so badly to get married. And I was positive that the minute we'd get married, everything would be okay. No, everything would be perfect. We would live happily ever after, like in the fairy tales. So we had this huge wedding. And not long ago, I was looking through the photo album from my wedding, and suddenly I realized that I'm not in touch with any of the people that were at my wedding. The first time that he hit me was on our wedding night. We went to this fancy hotel, and I left my sandals outside the bathroom door. And he went in to take a shower, and he came out, and he tripped over them and stubbed his toe. "You stupid idiot! Can you think of anybody but yourself?" I was in a complete state of shock. In my entire life, no one had ever raised a hand on me before, ever. "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to." What? What? He just slapped you and you're apologizing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Ugh, there is nothing more annoying than stubbing your toe. There is nothing more humiliating than being slapped on your wedding night. And I started to cry, and he came over to me, and he touched my cheek, and he touched my hair, and he looked at me and he said, "Oh, baby, oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I don't know what happened. I love you. I love you more than I love myself. I'd never hurt you. It's okay. This is nothing, nothing." We had been married for 5 hours. My wedding dress was draped over the chair in the corner of the room. What was I supposed to do? 5 hours ago, we were singing and dancing and drinking. Drinking. Of course. Of course. That's what happened. He got drunk. I mean, come on. What happened here? Nothing. I mean, this is the beginning of our journey together. And it is going to be such a wonderful journey. I don't need to make a big deal out of this. I don't need to make a big deal out of it. Shh. After we got married, the two of us were going to graduate school. I was studying sociology, and he was a law student. Now, I'm the first to say and admit that sociology is not law. You go to law school, you finish, and you become a lawyer. You study sociology, and you have many options, but that was okay. I was perfectly happy with what I was studying. But he would constantly put me down and make fun of me. What is this sociology? I mean, what are you going to be? I'm telling you, it is such a waste of time and money, this rubbish that you are studying. And I would take it in, and I would listen to him, and I would really just prefer it if he would hit me. I would wait for him just to hit me. I would almost say to him, it would be on the tip of my tongue, "Just hit me already, hit me!" Because words hurt so much more than any physical blow. When somebody hits you, you know exactly where the pain is. There's a black and blue mark. And when the black and blue mark goes away, you can pretend it was never there. But words go deep down into your soul to a place that you cannot see. And it fills you up until your entire inside is burning with pain. If you're not careful, words can kill. People said about him that he is amazing, that he is going to make it to the Supreme Court. And when we would be sitting in the cafeteria, I would constantly be stressed out. Am I okay? Am I dressed okay? Is he going to make a scene in front of our friends? And when we would get home, he would look at me and he would say, "You are so stupid. You should just keep your mouth shut around my friends, you stupid cow." And I started to feel like going to school was useless, and I left. And after I left school, the violence escalated. And as the violence escalated, I somehow became silent.